Actually somebody that I think a lot of viewers might know. It's Patricia Levitt-Reed. And Patricia for years was the face of the TD Bank, but now she's gone out and she's now the face of business for CTV. So what happened was she came into my house, and I think that she did sort of a bit of a double take and looked at me and said, you know what, Lisa, do you think you could come over and give me a hand? Which was really nice. So we started off with what she sort of said was, what do you think, maybe we'll change out the sofa? And I said, well, there's a good place to start. And it went from there, and we ended up, I just did the whole house by the end of the day. These townhouses are right on the lake, and there's sort of a breezy, open, beautiful feeling about that. And because of the narrowness of it, I decided that I would go with, and of course my favorite color, which is white, because it's a great palette to work everything off. And we wanted it to feel spacious. I wanted everything to be very contemporary and modern because that's what I love. And I really wanted to take my clients' personalities and their lifestyle, understand how they live and what they wanted. I started with the sofa fabric, that sort of tobacco color, and the texture of it I loved. And the more I worked with it, the more organic everything became. And then, of course, I went to one of my favorite pieces that I adore, which is the Martha Sturdy coffee table. Again, even though it's that amazing sort of acrylic kind of product that she uses, it's so organic as well because it's always moving and swirling and everything. And then I decided that the warmest tones of gray were the direction that I wanted to go. I wanted to marry those two together. So I went with gray leather, a beautiful gray leather, and I love the warmth. It really framed off the floor and the richness of the wood on the floor. The dining space, you know, I wanted a table that was substantial enough and chunky enough, but at the same time, again, talking about not putting something too heavy, letting your eye keep moving through, which is why I went with the white table. And I love the look of the whitewash. It sort of blends right in with everything. And when I saw this chandelier, I went crazy. I just loved how it looked and how it mixed with everything in the room, just to break it up, just to like say, let's just do something that's, you know, a little bit different. And then continued it right through the kitchen, being that continuing open space and keeping the elements, but then it goes in a little more orange and a little bit more gold, but still in the same palette. For Patty, she's very, she likes everything perfect. So we changed the kitchen counter actually 3 times. But that was okay in that one case because it finally came out to be just what she wanted, just beautiful white Caesar stone, clean and fresh and gorgeous. And they didn't really want your classic little bistro table in the kitchen thing. So what they really wanted was a sitting area so they could sit and look out in the water. Because they're both early risers and they love to watch the sunrise in the morning and they like to be down here reading the paper and having their coffee. The master bedroom, they wanted it to really, really relate to the water because in these townhouses, the higher you get, the more incredible the view is and the more beautiful the lake is. So it is so magical here. So they really wanted a space that even in the wintertime, when they couldn't sit out on their back deck, that they could really look out and really enjoy everything that this location offers them, right? So what I did was on each side of the fireplace, to not only make the room seem bigger, but also to reflect the water even when you were sitting in bed, I did these big atelier white framed mirrors, full tilt right up, and we played with that color on the wall. It's almost like a sea foam, like this soft putty kind of sea foam, and very refreshing the room and soft, and they love that room. The bathroom, again, you're dealing with a long, narrow kind of space. So it was really important that I keep them as light and bright as possible. And I used a lot of statuario marble and white lacquer and things like that. So no matter whatever palette you wanted to use, they were classic and simple. And then that's when, after I added the color, with the pictures and with, you know, those wonderful Turkish towels. And that's what I love too. You can change that out anytime you want. We closed off one of the doors that we would normally enter into the dressing room, so it sort of became this wonderful ensuite. So you walk into the bedroom, go on through the bathroom, and then right from there you enter in to her dressing room. And that way it closes off the hallway and everything is private for her. Actually, I worked with making it so that she has a little office if she wants to check her emails or do whatever she wants to do. She's got, you know, some photos. I reframed things. And what I did in that room that I would love to do myself, if I had a room like that, of course, for my wardrobe, would be I took two great white lacquer tables and I put them together. And they had shelving underneath, so I put baskets, so that actually in the middle of the room, you can take your clothes down and whatever, you can put stuff out. You've got a working table, which I love. So on the third floor, there's a guest bedroom. It's sort of a multi-use kind of room, and there's the bed and everything there. But at the same time, she loved that window behind, and so she asked if I could put a desk and make her a little office as well. Something that had a little more space than her dressing room, and if she wanted to go up there and really spend some time, she's got her printer and everything up in that room. So I had so much fun doing that room. It was great. This was a project that I really enjoyed because Patty and Jim just trusted me. And they loved what I did, and through the whole process I really shared everything with them and gave them options. But I'll tell you something, all the time Patty emails me just to say, Lisa, thank you, we really love our house and we feel so comfortable there. So that's the most satisfying part for me, is knowing that it worked for them.